Hello everybody, Sabita Kamath here. I'm heading the DP and today I would be giving you all information on easiest trust account facility which your non-POA clients can register for. And I'll also explain to you all the process for registration and the process for putting a transaction post registration. So let's start. Why should you register your non-POA account for Easiest? We recommend Easiest trusted account registration facility for DMAT accounts which are opened without POA. Securities that are sold cannot be transferred, securities sold cannot be transferred to the exchange, nor would your non-POA client get a sale limit because he will have to transfer the securities to the broker as a margin. And in absence of POA, both of this cannot happen. Presently, in this lockdown situation, your client also would be unable to send signed DIS, which is required for transfer of securities or for giving delivery in the market, which will result in auction. Hence, we recommend that non-POA accounts who must go for easiest registration. Under easiest trusted account facility, you can transfer your securities online from CDSL's website. It is similar to doing RTGS or NEFT fund transfer from bank website. Here, client, instead of giving slip to the DP, he would be doing a online transfer of securities. Either he can give a delivery to the market or he can transfer it to the broker's margin account. Now, BO account has to be registered for this easiest facility prior to processing online transactions, just like how you register your bank account for uh, internet banking. So easiest stands for electronic access to securities information and execution of secured transactions. Here, beneficial owner, that is the BO, which is the common term used for an account holder, DMAT account holder. So BO can access easiest from anywhere and anytime through internet. He can submit his debit transaction instructions to effect off-market instruction, to effect through internet. There is no need to submit delivery instruction slip to DP if the instruction is given through Easiest. The status of instruction submitted through Easiest can be monitored by the BO himself online. There are two options offered under Easiest, which the BO has to choose any one from them. One is the trusted account transfer option, which we are recommending, where BO can choose up to 4 DMAT accounts, including the CM account, to which he can transfer the securities using PIN, which is provided by CDSL. The other one is account of choice transfer option, which permits the BO to transfer securities to any DMAT account at CDSL or NSDL using e-token for digital signature. This e-token is issued by CDSL and it is a very long cumbersome process which at least your client will not be able to do it during the lockdown period. Under trusted account transfer option, A BO can map up to 4 DMAT accounts of his choice. These will be the trusted accounts where he wishes to transfer his securities. He can map these accounts at the time of registration or at a later date also. He can add or delete the trusted account, but for every addition, every deletion will require his DP's authentication. Trusted accounts should be a CDSL account. The 4 accounts that he would be marking as a trusted account has to be a CDSL account. It cannot be a NSDL account. Transfer of securities to these pre-notified trusted accounts only can take place, meaning there cannot be a transfer to any other account other than these 4 notified trusted accounts. Transactions set up through trusted account transfer option has to be authenticated using PIN, which is given by CDSL at the time of registration. Now BO can receive, BO will be receiving 2 emails with 2 separate passwords at the time of registration. One password would be for accessing his easiest login, while the second email would be for the PIN for authorizing his transaction. Password and PIN will be required to be changed after the first time login. Now let's come to the trusted account registration process. For this, the client will have to log in at the CDSL website www.cdslindia.com, and he will have to click on the option login to new system My Easy BO CM under quick links. If you can see in this picture that is given, you can see this as the first option on the right hand side. Once he clicks there, a screen as shown on your screen would be opening, where the client has to click on this blue thing which says to register for easiest. Click here. So your sorry, I think it's gone. Yeah, so he will have to click on this option to register for easiest. Here you will have to put your DMAT, your DP ID and client ID. The CDSL DMAT account number is a 16-digit account number, of which the first 8 digits stand for your DP ID and the next 8 digits are your client ID. So under the DP ID column, he'll have to put the first 8 digits, that is 1201130 under the DP ID column, and he'll have to fill in next 8 digits with the preceding zeros under the client ID column. He'll have to tick on the terms and conditions and then press continue. An OTP will be generated to the BO's registered mobile number, which he will have to fill in the box given for OTP and continue. Now, trusted account registration, he will have to register his, uh, sorry, under this screen, the BO account along with the contact details registered in the DMAT account would be displayed. Now he will have to give a user ID for accessing his easiest account. What we would suggest is that you quote your 16-digit BO number as your user ID, so it would be easy for you to remember. But you can alternatively use any user ID of your convenience. A drop-down box will appear which will contain few security questions. You'll have to pick any one of those questions, answer these questions in the next two boxes, and then tick on the account type as trusted PIN. Please do not uh, tick on account of choice, because account, like I told you earlier, account of choice is a very cumbersome process which you will not be able to complete during the lockdown period. So please go for trusted account where you can authenticate all your transactions just by PIN. Once you have filled in all these details, a screen as displayed on your desktop would be appearing, which will say registration is successful and it is forwarded to the DP for authentication. Now the next process would be that you will have to fill in the details of the trusted accounts, which would be the principal account or the margin account of Prabhudas Leeladhar, where you can transfer the securities from your demat account using the PIN. Now, following three trusted accounts of PLPL shall have to be entered. If kindly note it with you, so that you all do not make a mistake of it. One would be our clearing member principal account, that is 120113 6 times 0, sorry, 8 times 0 and 23. Then the next number is the client collateral account for cash and equity segment, where the last 6 digits would be 867367. And the third account would be client collateral for derivative segments, where the last 6 digit is 867352. After submission of each trusted account, an OTP will be received on the client's registered mobile number, which he will have to fill in the relevant boxes. Like you can see the screen where, after filling the first number, he says submit, an OTP will be generated, which he will have to fill in the second box, and he would get a confirmation that it has been successfully registered. After the next tab would be for grouping details. Basically, what is grouping? If a client is having more than one account, one demat account, he can group those other accounts also under the same login ID. Like if you will see the screen, you find two existing account numbers of the client. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, if you will see the screen, you can see two existing account number of the client. So you have to just tick on those boxes, whichever you wish to link to this user ID. There is no hard and fast rule. If you do not wish to link it, you can just ignore those tick marks and press on submit button. Here you can also add any other account where the first holder is a joint holder in that other account. You can see this plus sign with a blank box. So you can type in your CDSL demat account number and then click on plus. So that account also will be mapped to your user ID. So to go to the next tab, press on the next tab for continue. So your registration process for trusted account is completed. You can see these two pink red color forms, which the link for two forms which will be displayed on your screen. One is the easiest registration form and the other is trusted account letter. Here, if your demat if your demat account is held in single name with no joint holders, then you can ignore these documents. But if your demat account is with joint holders, or if the demat account is that of a non-individual, then these two documents duly signed by all holders must be submitted to DP office for approval. So in such cases, you can, till such time that the lockdown is lifted, you can send the scanned images of these documents to DP. So post submission by account holder, the registration details are received at DP send for approval. So once we at DP gets an alert for approval, we will check the details that are filled in your easiest registration. We will approve the account. Post our approval, it will the registration of the trusted account will be forwarded to CDSL. So CDSL has this process of activating it, or registering all the trusted accounts with a gap of 40-45 minutes. So unless they do not authenticate the registration of these trusted accounts, you will not be able to pass any transaction. So we suggest that the registration for ECS should be done well in advance, because as a DP we have no control for the time taken for this authentication by CDSL. Now coming to how a transaction through trusted account will happen, we once the registration is completed, the client will receive an email from CDSL confirming the registration of the trusted accounts and the for the easiest trusted account option. After that, client can transfer securities to the trusted accounts, for which he will have to log in into the easiest account, where he can see all his account details and the various tabs for the various options that are available under easiest. For setting up the transaction, he will have to click on the tab for setup. Like if you will see on the screen, we have transactions and we have a second option called setup. So under this option, he can set up transactions for either for off market or for on market, that is settlement, or for early paying. The BO has to select the type of transaction and then enter all the details that are required, which is asked on the screen. A screen as given below in your in the presentation will open, from where BO has to set up the transaction. He will have to click on the bulk setup option at the left bottom of the page for setting up transactions for single or multiple ISIN to the same account. Like if you can see here, On the left corner, you can see the bulk setup button. You will see on the screen 3 tabs, one for transaction, one for settlement, and one for early payment. Since we have defined trusted accounts where securities are to be transferred, we may execute off-market transaction. For this, you will have to select the tab transaction. Another reason for executing off-market transaction is we will come to know whether the transaction has taken place or not immediately, and any discrepancies, if there is, it will be displayed at the CDSL's end. So a client can know the status when he is checking the status. If he finds any discrepancy or for a very long time it just remains like that only on the screen, he can check up with our DP team. Now, for a trusted account transaction, depending on the nature of transaction, details will have to be filled in the screen. I have given a table which I will also be sharing this on the on our on PL client, where you can see the details that are to be filled if you are transferring the securities to the pool account or on sale of the stock, or if you are transferring securities to our collateral account as margin. So if you are transferring the securities to our pool account, it is advised that you should pass this transaction on T day itself or before end of T plus 1 day, where T is the sale day. The counter BO account would be 120113 8 times 0, 23. This is our pool account number. The exchange ID will have to be kept blank. This is the source exchange ID, that is the exchange ID of the BO, which has to be kept blank. Similarly, the source market type and source settlement ID has to be kept blank. On the counter exchange ID, the counter market type and the counter settlement ID will have to be filled as per the details that would be available on your sale contract. Exchange ID would be the BSE NSE exchange ID. The counter market type would be the market type under which the securities have been sold, and the counterparty settlement ID would be the settlement number that under which this sale has taken place. Now, if you wish to transfer securities to the collateral account as margin, then you may put the current date or a future date as the execution date. The future date should not exceed 10 days from the current date. The two demat account numbers for cash collateral account for cash segment and for FNO segment is already given to you. I'll share it on the email also, and rest all columns will have to be kept blank. Then after this you have to proceed to fill in the ISIN details, for which there is a small plus icon on the screen on the right hand side. On pressing that icon for ISIN details, a box will open where you will have to put in the details of the securities that you wish to transfer. Now, if you will see this small box, you will also find a yellow button against ISIN, which is marked as account ISIN. On clicking this button, the ISINs and the quantity available in that specific account will be displayed. If you like this, sorry. You can put in the requisite quantity and select the reason. There is a reason box. If you can see this, uh, where are we? If you will see this screen, it asks for the I-sign, it asks for the quantity, it asks for a consideration amount which can be left blank. The next is there's a drop box for reason for transfer, wherein you can put either as meeting legitimate dues of the broker or margin to broker PCM. All other columns may be left blank. After entering the transaction details, the transaction ID will be generated, and uh, a BO will have to further verify the transactions. If you will see this red arrow, you can see the verify button. Once he clicks the verify button, the transaction will be committed. Now, in case of trusted account user, he will have to verify using the PIN number. Once he presses this yellow button, a box will open for him to put the PIN number. After verifying the transaction, the same will be processed at main CDSL system. The BO can check the status of transactions entered by him through inquiry option available in his login. We suggest that the instruction should be set up well before cutoff timings, at least 1 hour before. Now, cutoff timings are displayed under the type of instruction selected by the BO. At the time when he is selecting the transaction, the respective cutoff time also will be displayed on the screen. The transaction will not be processed further till they are verified by the BO using the PIN. So it is very important that once he submits the transaction, he should also verify it using the PIN. If he skips that procedure, the instruction will not come to the will not go to CDSL at all. If BO wishes to modify or delete any transaction setup, then he has to do it before he verifies the transaction. He can check the transaction status from time to time in case of any problem non-authentication, but he will have to inform DP to check with CDSL reasons for non-execution. Okay, I guess the slide has been inserted wrongly. Like I told you, once you press the yellow button, a screen will display the list of holdings in your account. It would be like this. It would look like this. You just have to select that particular ISIN and it will get copied onto your transaction screen. Thank you. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Yeah, I have got this request whether we can share the presentation. Yeah, I'll arrange to share the presentation and inform you all very soon. There's a question from Parani. Is it possible to register for POA clients? Yes, you can register for POA clients, but there's actually no need for a POA for a trusted account facility. But you will have to follow the same process even for a POA client. How will client get trading rights for shares in demat account without POA? That's why we suggest that your client should transfer the securities in his account to our margin account through this trusted account facility. He will get the right to sell the shares also. There's another question. If our client sold shares today, shares with PL beneficiary account delivery automatically done or not? But yeah, I guess if you have given the shares to us as a margin, then the shares will be automatically transferred. But if the shares are lying in the client's BO account, it will not go through if there is no POA given by the client. If a client wishes to transfer from one family account to another family account, see, if he has, if it is a non-POA account, uh, sorry. If I want to transfer from one family account to another family account, yes, he can go through this trusted account facility. Here, he will have to mention the counterparty account instead of PL's margin accounts. He will have to mention his family's account as the counterparty account. There's one more question. If a non-POA client has one of his demat accounts with NSDL, there is no procedure. What is the procedure? Sorry, you cannot go through this trusted account facility for NSDL. So if a client is having his counterparty account at NSDL, then he will have to submit a signed DIS for transfer of securities. If client has bought shares today, will it be updated in CDSL immediately? Or we would wait for T+2? Obviously, you will get the shares only after the settlement, which would be on T+2 day. Trusted accounts can trusted accounts be family accounts? Yes, you can mention your family account as a trusted account. Any more questions? If client without POA sells his shares next day, that's what I would have been saying. If client without POA sells his shares next day, if the securities are lying in PL's Ben account or in margin account, it will go through. But if it is being transferred to his demat account, then client will have to transfer the securities through this trusted account transaction. Any more questions? Any charges for shifting shares? That would be as per the scheme that the client has opted for. Even if it is an online transaction done by the client, DP is being charged by CDSL, so the DP would be also charging the client. Here there's a question from Kota. Please send SMS or mail for non-POA account delivery for intimation. I've not actually understood what is the requirement. What SMS or mail is to be sent for non-POA account? Mayur, there is a question where you have said, can you give one example how to work? So, I'm not able to understand what actual example. If you could give me a call separately, I'll explain the whole thing to you. Okay, so you mean there was this question from Kota which said, please send SMS or mail for non-POA account delivery for intimation. What he actually means is for us to inform him if the non-POA account has not given a pay-in delivery and it may go in for auction. So I'll check this up with the settlement team, because we come to know of the shortages only next day in the morning, by which that is just on the day of the pay-in. So it would be too short a time for us, for the client to give the delivery at that point of time. Anyway, I'll check with the settlements team. There's a question here. Client having shares in another DP, can we transfer same day to PLDP after account opening? Yes, you can transfer, but if the securities, but if your account happens to be a non-POA account, then further procedure you will have to follow as per whatever presentation I have given. There is one question here which says shares sold today are not updated on immediate basis in easiest login. By when will the holding be updated? Uh, See, usually the holdings are updated 3 to 4 times a day. One is before the pay-in, after the pay-in, at the time of payout. So at the regular intervals, whenever the back office is updated from SIDAS, the holdings also will be updated in your system. Any more queries? Whether the client has to register all 3 trusted accounts, we would recommend you to uh, at least register the principal account and the collateral account for cash margin if the client is not doing any trade in derivatives. But if the client is doing trades in derivative, then he might as well register the derivative collateral account also. There's a question here sent by Manikandan. Ki customer directly doing this process through CDSL website? Yes, this process will have to be carried out by the customer itself, himself. It is like doing internet banking. So whatever internet fund transfer and all has to be done, it is being carried out by the client himself. So similarly, these transfer of securities also will have to be done by the client himself. Shall we pledge shares for base capital deposit using easiest? I guess Alok, you will have to check this out with the settlement team or with BD team for base capital requirement. Divya Devi says कि once we sold shares, will the settlement take place like T+2 day? I've not got your question, Divya. Can transfer be possible online to family members' account? Both the account are POA accounts. Yeah, but you can transfer to the family member's account provided it is being registered as the trusted account for the trusted account facility. If the client has an open position and they want to convert in delivery at the time of month expiry, then what will be the procedure? Vishal, you will have to take up this question with the settlement team, dear. Settlement days T+1 or T+2? I guess settlement date is T+2. Can we convert non-POA account to POA? Anytime, dear. Anytime you can convert non-POA to POA, provided your client executes a POA which is sent to PL, either the scanned image followed by the original, or he submits the original to us. When client, there's a question here, should client transfer stocks before or after sale? I would suggest that the client transfers the stock before sale to our margin account, so that further he need not give any instructions or so, because delivery we will give from the margin account once the stocks are sold. What is the AMC charges for normal account? Because for our client rupees 1180 was deducted from Hubli branch. Okay. Virendra Gowda, I think we can discuss this personally on the phone. You can call me today or tomorrow after the presentation is over. If we go through this process and face some problem, then whom to contact? Uh, you can contact the DP team. I will mention the contact, I'll mention the contact numbers in the presentation at last slide. So you can contact any of these people if you are doing the process and if you are facing any problem. Can we get this PPT on our mailbox? Okay, I'll check with my IT team how best we can give you the link or so. Uh, Pranay, I'll send this in the mail. I don't think in my PPT the contact numbers are displayed. I will send it in the mail, or I'll have the presentation, a page inserted in the presentation. Accordingly, you can check that out on the presentation. There's a question, can POA be taken online? Is there any possibility? Sorry, boss. POA cannot be taken online because it cannot be e-signed, because e-signed POA is not valid under Indian Stamps Act. You need a physical POA which is duly executed by the client. There's a question from Mayur, as receiving holding, then can I transfer margin after never I want? Yes. Mayur, I have not understood your question, dear. If you could call me after the presentation. Any questions, any queries regarding the registration and transaction processing at easiest? There's a question here. Please tell about auction settlement. I'm not the right person for this question. You will have to check up with the settlement team, or if you could call up CR team, they will forward you to the respective concerned team. There's another question. If possible, please repeat setup process once again. Alok, can you be elaborate? You want the setup process for registration or setup process for transaction? There's a question from Manikandan. These transaction charges will be collected from CDSL or PL. see the transaction charges are levied by the by CDSL on DP, and DP in turn bills the client every month, depending on the scheme which your client has opted. Okay. Okay, Alok, you want me to go for setup process for transactions. See, once the client has once the client has registered his account for 1 minute, I'll just come to the screen. Okay, Alok, 2 minutes before I take up come to the screen. Let me just answer this question. Is it possible to send physical copy of POA in current situation through branch office? Uh, yeah, you can check out with the branch. If the branch office is accessible, you can give it to the branch, and they'll forward the scanned images to us. And Alok, I'll just come back to the screen. Uh, Yeah. See, once you log into your easiest account, the BO will have to log into his easiest register using his user ID password. So you can see this blue band where there are various tabs displayed. Now the second tab, if you will see, is for transaction, under which there is an option called setup. He will have to click on the setup transaction. After that, he will have to press on this bulk update. Sorry. He will have to press on the bulk update button, which is on the left corner, left hand bottom of the page. He can see this bulk setup. He will have to click on the bulk setup. Another screen would open with 3 tabs here. One tab would be for transaction, one tab would be for settlement, one tab would be for early paying. Now settlement and early paying tabs would be if the shares are supposed to be delivered in the market directly from the client's account. Now what happens in such, if you set up a settlement or on market or a early paying transaction, in case there is any discrepancy or so, we will come to know only in the morning of the paying. So sometimes it was too short a time to rectify it. So we suggest that you go through the off market mode of transaction, wherein you will put in here, you see, if you can see setup BOID, then it is asking you for counter BOID. Now in the counter BOID, you will be able to select only one of the 3 demat accounts which you have marked as a trusted account. So once you select the trusted, you either push it to our pool account, or if you are pushing it to our collateral account as a counter BOID, you will have to fill in the details. You will have to fill in the details on that based on the nature of transaction and where you are sending, where you are transferring these securities. If you are transferring it to our pool account, then the source exchange ID, market type and settlement ID has to be kept blank. But you will have to fill the counterparty exchange ID, counterparty market type and counterparty settlement ID. Now these 3 details you will get it in your sale contract. But if you are transferring it to our margin account, you don't have to fill anything except you have to select which margin account you are sending, whether the collateral margin, cash segment collateral account or the FNO segment collateral account. So you just have to select that account and then proceed for putting the details of the ISIN quantity and the reason for trade. Once you put this reason for trade and you commit it, post that you have to verify that transaction. Your client himself has to verify that transaction using the PIN that he has received from CDSL. And once the PIN, once the transaction is verified, the transaction is sent to CDSL. So after 15-20 minutes, the status of the transaction also will be displayed, whether it has gone through or whether it is pending for any reason. Is that clear, Alok? Hello, is that clear, Alok? Okay, are there any more questions? Yes, you can add trusted account one by one, because for every trusted account you will be getting a OTP on your registered mobile number. You will have to put that OTP, and once that is registered, you go to fill in the next trusted account. So it can be done on the same screen, but one by one you will have to put it. How to transfer shares for buyback transactions? Uh, okay, for buyback transactions, uh, you will have to give a DIS slip duly signed, because you cannot be having the buyback. I mean, you cannot be putting the buyback escrow account as a trusted account.